AHumbleSoul, we checking back in, man. We got another dope installment of chapters for y'all. This time we taking it to the east side of the A and profiling the one and only Young Scooter. In my opinion, one of the greatest to do it when it comes to trap music. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so ASAP. Follow us on IG and Twitter, like the Facebook page. But without further hesitation, let's get into it, man. 100.
Young Scooter. I'm on the way to Pluto. Gonna ride to Pluto. Streets out right now, pretty bad. The wheels speaking up with this. Count up chicks. Run your bands up, turn up your finesse. A free band jewel, you could buy you a vet. We remix out the bricks and we buy riders out there.
Young Scooter was born Kenneth Edward Bailey on March 28, 1986 in Walterboro, South Carolina. At the age of 9, he moved to East Atlanta with his family. Scooter was raised in a single-parent household by his mother, someone he's expressed tremendous love and appreciation for throughout his music. Unfortunately, his father was addicted to drugs and was absent during Scooter's childhood. Scooter came up in Atlanta's Kirkwood community, also known as Little Mexico. He was surrounded by hustling, and at the age of 13, he jumped off the porch and made a name for himself. It was actually the street life that led Scooter to music. One incident in particular. On the night of December 18, 2008, Scooter and a friend were stopped on the South Carolina highway for speeding. Scooter was driving the whip and was reportedly asked by police to show proof of his driver's license. Things went left after that. Scooter exited his 2008 Infiniti and somehow began tussling with the officer. He managed to flee the scene and run into the woods. Bloodhounds with the local sheriff's K9 unit were able to track Scooter's scent and quickly found him hiding in a vehicle not too far from the scene. When officers searched Scooter's vehicle, they discovered 14 pounds of weed and more than $4,000 in cash. Both him and his comrade were arrested, charged with marijuana trafficking, and denied bond. Scooter actually rhymed about the life-changing experience on his song Down Bad. The year following his arrest, Scooter began to officially try his hand at music. By the time 2011 came around, he had developed a solid buzz. This was mainly from appearing on many of Future's early projects, who was his childhood friend. It was in 2011 that Scooter dropped his mixtape Finessing and Flexing, which introduced the world to count music, Scooter's very own genre of hip-hop that's heavily centered on street tales of drug deals, jugging, and balling.
Hand in hand, I was serving to the public. Live off drug money, nigga chasing fast money. Couldn't see it no other way. 30,000 I dream today. That's your whole year's pay. Stack money always. Black amigo Scooter, Ben Franklin Jr. Turn nothing to $1 million free band jiggy. Count up till you see a ticket. Run your bands up, nigga. Count up.
Empire Mixtapes.
Nigga, run your bands up.
Though he said he was influenced musically by people like Jay-Z and 50 Cent, Scooter's style is a lot less lyrical, more carefree. He normally freestyles his songs, refusing to overthink his creative process. Nevertheless, he's still managed to create underground classics and set trends that have been embraced by people globally. Outside of the music, Scooter's known for popularizing phrases like count up, finesse, and jug, which have been used by countless people in and outside of hip-hop. Scooter's decision to take music seriously turned out to be a good chess move. In 2012, he dropped his projects Married to the Streets and Voice of the Streets. Voice of the Streets in particular, featured the biggest song of Scooter's career to this day, Columbia. The song made it to Billboard charts, and Rick Ross, Birdman, and Gucci Mane all hopped on this remix, evidence that Scooter was respected by the rap game's big dogs. Since he jumped in the rap game, Scooter has represented both Black Migo Gang, his personal label, as well as free bands. But there was also a point in time when he was connected to Gucci Mane and was affiliated with 1017 Brick Squad. In 2013, Scooter dropped his well-received project Street Lottery, which was followed by Free Bricks 2, a collab mixtape with Gucci. Before he could truly enjoy his newfound success, Scooter found himself back in jail. In April 2013, he was caught driving on a suspended license, which violated his parole. He was later sentenced to a year in the DeKalb County Jail. Something crazy, man, that's worth mentioning is that Scooter was cellmates with Gucci during the early part of his bid. It's ironic because they dropped Free Bricks 2 shortly before they both got locked up. Down the line, Scooter would stop associating with 1017 Brick Squad and also said he would probably never do another song with Gucci. Scooter never did an interview explaining what exactly went wrong and caused them to distance himself from Gucci, but he did address it to a certain extent on his song Sushi. Just to get back on track, after Scooter served about 6 months in DeKalb County Jail, he was released and returned to music. Something that's worth mentioning, man, is that that before Scooter went to jail, specifically around 2012, he introduced the world to somebody named Free Bands OG Double D, aka OGD. He appeared on a couple of Scooter's intros to his earlier mixtapes. He also made music himself and was, connected with people like Future and other Free Bands affiliates. But him and Scooter, they shared a close bond. And while Scooter was locked up, sadly, OGD was murdered in Atlanta.
New developments tonight in a deadly shooting on I-20 in DeKalb County during rush hour this evening. The victim has died. He was driving an ultra-luxury car. Channel 2's Ashley Swan is live at Grady Memorial Hospital with the clues investigators are using to find the man's killer. Ashley.
Aaron, that man was brought here to Grady, but sadly did not survive. He was driving a Maybach, a rare luxury car that sells for upwards of $400,000. Tonight, police are trying to figure out who he was and find the person witnesses saw shoot at him from a white SUV. That's how an unidentified witness describes what he heard moments before this rare black Mercedes Maybach, valued at several $100,000, came to a stop along I-20 westbound at Glenwood Avenue. DeKalb police say drivers also called from the interstate to report actually seeing the gunfire coming from a white SUV in the middle of rush hour.
But we potentially could have had an extremely dangerous situation.
An off-duty Atlanta firefighter pulled over at the side of the stopped sedan and found a man inside shot multiple times. He was taken to Grady Hospital in critical condition, but later died.
At this point,
Young Scooter was locked up when the crazy occurrence happened, and he later revealed during an interview with DJ Smalls that he thought OGD would still be alive if he hadn't gone to jail. Scooter is one of the few who's managed to stay true to himself throughout his career. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to get his rap buzz, at least on the commercial level, back to where it was when he dropped his hit Columbia, but that hasn't stopped him from putting out content. To date, Scooter has released more than 15 projects and has collaborated with everyone from Meek Mill to Lil Baby to NBA Youngboy, Young Thug, G Herbo, 2 Chainz, Chief Keef, Kodak Black, YG, and the list goes on and on. Scooter's also developed an undeniable chemistry with legendary producer Zaytoven, someone who has consistently motivated Scooter to stay focused on making music and taking his career to new heights. Though Scooter has a cult-like underground following and respect for many of the rap game's biggest names, his biggest challenge has been staying away from the very thing that led him to music, the streets. In interviews, Scooter has been open about his love for music, but also his addiction to the fast life. This is more than likely why he hasn't reached a higher plateau musically, but it's no denying that Scooter has made his own mark on the game, and he's done it on his own terms. Yeah, that's this installment of Chapters, man. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If y'all messing with the video, man, make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Shout out to Young Scooter. He's definitely one of the important figures when it comes to Atlanta's trap scene and just nationwide and international, you know. Definitely one of my favorites. Until next time, I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Y'all take it easy. 100.